only real option they have. I'm more laughing at the fact that TT Project thought that their only way to stay in towards survival stage was to defeat Vitality of all teams. I mean, if it works, I guess.
A little pincer maneuver with Nongshim Red Force, who are one of the chasing teams as well, in 7th place, moving in. The South Korean roster looking to try and turn on those afterburners. They do have a chance to make it work here. But they have TT Project to try and guard out. So many crucial battles happening, spanning the entirety of this leaderboard, Blank. It is so important for about 50% of the lobby as to what happens in the next 3 minutes.
Godlike still keeping it chill down towards the south side. Difficult push for them though. Yangon Galacticos watching over their every move. So how would they want to play this one out? It's still rich sides to work with. Denying those sight lines, but as we head over towards that northern edge, goodness me, you have the eyes of many teams looking your way. Alpha 7, I think, have done more than enough. However, it would require a gargantuan game to get into top 5, but I think they can be very pleased with their current position on the leaderboards. Wow. Circle centers up, and again, S2G, they just take the right maneuver at the right time. They knew they had the most control over truck stop when it happened, made an executive decision to move over towards this area of the map. Again, this is a winning spot.
And as you say, the decision to leave truck stop itself really is going to play well for them. That northeast side can get rebuffed. That's the arena. That's the arena down, Blank. The last player spotted. Either the ones to deal the blow there, picking up a point for themselves and taking E-Arena down. Now 95 points is a clear target for these teams behind them, and there is a tiebreaker between them and Godlike. There's either 1 point behind, 3 points behind for Aura and for S2G, and Nongshim Red Force with a chance to blow that one away as well here with a chunk of points and a big game for the South Koreans. It is just so deadly to be going down at a time like this.
Nongshim Red Force moving up from this compound means they'll have to put themselves in the sight lines of TT Project, but it's Alpha 7 actually waiting on the exit here. TT Project look to make the quick maneuvers. They move out in the convoy. They're taking a ton of damage as they move on in over towards S2G, holding the line.
And Nongshim Red Force chiming in as well. Another knock over towards Zerich, leaving 2 of TT Project alive on their bubble position. Dopeness wanting to stay alive in truck stop and try and surpass it. More damage is pouring on through. Alpha 7 looking to close the trap, and in comes the backup. There's Nongshim Red Force trying to wrap around behind, and the nades are brutal. TT Project on their last legs, Effect the last to stand. Now on a sliver of HP, the nades go long. He's just about able to dodge it, and with an S12K, he's got a hope and a dream.
Effect staying quiet, hoping Alpha 7 and Nongshim Red Force fight against one another first. Edge will have to move in across the road. The singular player still left alive here. Dopeness being the other problem, also having to leave soon too. Nongshim Red Force taking a little bit of damage, but it's S2G who would bear the brunt of the pain. This is on a double split though, so there's 2 reses going off at the same time for S2G. They are so lucky that so many teams on the northern side are all fighting against one another. Gives them a brief opportunity of respite.
And it means that the sightlines for S2G were distracted, not in operation, and that's going to allow a little bit more maneuverability. Those reses have come through, and S2G are back into the fight. Alpha 7 crashing in, trying to take down Nongshim Red Force. There goes Effect. TT Project losing out on the more point scoring opportunities here, and 36 points is the target for Dopeness, for maybe even Etch. So easy cruising around the sidelines, but Carrillo spots him underneath the vehicle, looks for the spray to confirm, but doesn't quite get enough damage. The nade over the top finds what they're looking for.
Alpha 7 looking to finish out strong here on the final day of Brood, but Hyunbin goes absolutely mental, puts Alpha 7 in the Hyunbin, taking out the trash here at the end of the day. Nongshim Red Force, goodness me, Hyunbin's finally down, but Cleo, he is still up, still kicking. Alpha 7 still have life, but finally will leave.
Down they go. Nongshim Red Force down as well. No challenge there. E-Arena drop one spot because Horror flex out to get involved. They're going to get stuck in, pushing E-Arena down. And Horror are the first team to confirm themselves with Vitality because nobody else can pass them.
Goodness me, what an insane fight that was there. Carrillo really hanging on to hope right at the end versus Hyunbin. Horror though, making this cross a massive opportunity versus S2G. They left Kamikaze as the anchor once again towards the center. Godlike watching from a distance, patience.
And choosing their time to strike, Hamzy goes for face, but Sky rains down hell, and Hamzy hits the deck. A fall could be brutal for S2G's hold on a top 5 spot here. Horror looking to ruin the day. They're in right now, but Ida are across the way. They're a lot safer, and they have got more players alive and ready to take this fight.
Horror, they lose Sleepy, but it's okay. They're awake now, right now, in this game. Looking to put some more points on the cards. It was a difficult push out for them. They picked the right opportunity, now looking for more. Godlike under pressure from the Wolves as they send over towards their position. They're playing this one slow, cautiously. Marnet though will find Sky. Jiggle up on high though, drops the nade, could be big, but they scatter.
Horror doing bits against Yangon Galacticos, but in the meantime, the Wolves are burning away on Godlike on the south side flank. They are going low, they are going down. Horror with the danger on the roll-up, but there goes the first, and no fear now. Last to stand for Horror, a chance to make it through, but Godlike are down to 1 on the south edge. The Wolves are going to fall though, and Godlike get the points they need. They're over the line. They have made it to the top 5.
Admino with an insane clutch up versus the Wolves. Godlike hit 98 on an 8 elim game. S2G hanging on by a thread here.
No matter what, it's a Turkish team going in. The question is who? If you go down now, S2G, placements are going to flip this around. It's going to change things, and all for the worse, not to mention TT Project just dropped down.
Topnus make it in those last moments. They played slow from truck stop. They rolled in, they parked up, and they will be going through to the survival stage.
Speed with the opportunity to do one of the funniest things I think we could see. A chance to maybe push Dopeness aside, but the placements are kicking in. Already 2 guaranteed, meaning you need at least 3 points, if not more, to try and close that gap on the overalls. And down go S2G.
Way.
They are out, and the placements are there for Ida. They are 3 points behind, and Speed could be there. Godlike get a 10th elimination as well, and put themselves into the triple digits. They're going for that 4th Drive 107.
They hit the century. Centurions inside the lobby. These guys have been marching towards success between the beginning of the game. Speed moving up. Ida potentially backstabbed here by a player at the bottom of the rankings, preventing their approach into the top 5.
They've done enough though. E-Arena is already going to go down, and there goes Edge. Our bottom 3 are locked on in, and Ida force E-Arena out of the top 5. Sure, you can break records, but you can't go the distance. You don't make it to the top 5.
Let's see how this game does end up, but we have our top 5 going through to the finals. Vitality, who have been a wealth of life spring here over towards Group B. Godlike with 100 points, hitting the triple digits, the only other team to do it. Horror underneath, S2G and Ida, 2 Turkish teams getting through to the finals in one group. This has been an incredible 2 days, John.
It has been so closely fought. It's been right down to the wire. It's just a matter of shutting this one out. Dopeness making it through by the skin of their teeth to join the survival stage is over the top. A lazy float over will be enough to shut down Marnet, and Yangon Galacticos will join that survival stage as well. Now Ida looking to rattle some skulls around the edge as they roll over the top here. Godlike looking to put the hurt down as they ascend.
Speaker low gets the first aid off though. Kenji potentially rezzed up here off in the distance. Either trying to play around this little bit of terrain. Salmi has a nade, looks to throw it. Goes long, but not long enough.
Got another one. Wants to go a little bit further, maybe, if he's got that read right. The Cook looks pretty good, and it tags Lufa. Takes him very, very low. The smokes of Bloom to keeping Ida safe on their angles. There's a nade in response, and Lufa able to do what Salme couldn't and managed to clock that one. Amino was clutch before, but will he be clutch again here? A 1 versus 3 would be necessary, but down go Godlike. They have done enough though, Blank. They have made their way to those grand finals, and Ida looking to join them. Dopeness, are they gonna find it right at the end? A 1-2 punch against Ida. Speak out around the tree with the shotgun goes down, and Rita and Emre look to try and bring it to bear. They find what they're looking for. 3 chicken dinners today, and they make their way to join the top 5.
Taking half the map so far. Ida with a hell of a run here in Group B, right at the end. But Vitality was insane. Godlike will join them in the 100 points club. But really, Ida has had a hell of a run.
What a resurgence from Turkey. S2G and Ida both putting pedal to metal when it mattered, and their metal was tested, and they proved themselves worthy of one of those direct spots to the grand finals, joining some of the best teams in the world. We've got to make a couple more spots available though, and that is for our survival stage teams, Blank.
The survival stage will be coming up very shortly. I know they are going to be some amazing matches because we still have some insanely strong teams going through to survival stage. It has been super down to the wire. This was so volatile towards the top. But goodness me, OG Godlike in the finals. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff.
What a glow up from India on the global stage. They have done so much improvement. They have found their feet and they are making waves. Nobody can deny their power now when it comes to PUBG Mobile. They have impressed, they have brought their best, and it is more than enough for us. More than enough for plenty of our players too. Nobody seems to be able to handle it.
Honestly, I thought that we were kind of locked in towards the bottom of the leaderboards as well, but there was a lot of changes going on there towards the end. Dopeness very much having the last little bit of gas in the tank to get them through. For TT Project, it is a devastating result though.
Not making it. What can you do? What can you do for such prominent players with such storied history? It is difficult to bring it on through. Etch as well, having a real tough time of it. Speed trying to make the most of that final opportunity, but it just couldn't happen. That mad dash from the northeast ruining their chances. And they're going to join Hustler Crew, who, to be fair, look pretty devastated themselves.
Yeah, not really able to get anything done during these matches, sadly. But again, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. We are just waiting to get on board with Barney shortly, but this is what everyone's excited to see. A Vitality to come out and crush some keys.
Oh, you can see the names inscribed there. They will be taking a tumble into the crusher fairly soon. We're making sure that that one is done. I feel like, you know, the big storyline over the course of all of this has been, of course, Vitality. And we are going to tune in with them down on the stage. Barney, over to you.
After an absolutely wild final map, watching E-Arena just slowly knock on down, that was absolutely insane. We obviously have our champions of the last 2 days of the group stage. Here in Group B, it is, of course, Team Vitality. Guys, what an impressive 2 days. Federales, let's have a chat, okay? Now, I wanted to ask, with yesterday being so impressive, such a great day for you guys, was today an opportunity to just try some new things and try out some new strats? Like, what was today like for you guys?
Yeah, that's definitely what we do right now today. We try new rotation, we try new gameplay, the way we try to fight more. Yeah, that's it.
That was it. Now, waiting for you guys in the finals next week, we obviously have some pretty heavy hitters, the likes of Four Thrives, Orangutan, Aurora Gaming. What are your thoughts going into next week? Who do you think is going to give you the toughest time?
I think that question is for Axel Zargel. So,
Oh, okay.
Untuk tim yang ada di final tentunya kan ada Orangutan, ada juga Four Tribes dan juga tim-tim yang lain sudah lolos dari grup A dan juga grup B. Menurut kamu tim paling susah untuk dilawan di final kira-kira siapa sih? Apakah ada?
Ngomong Indo nih.
Ya.
Sekarang kita masih belum kebayang sih kayak lobby yang ada di final nanti. Cuma pasti bakal lebih keras daripada grup stage ini karena tim-tim yang masuk kan tim-tim yang terbaik kan.
For now I have no idea because the final stage is not set yet. There's still like another teams that are gonna join them, but it's definitely gonna be harder for us to win because it's definitely gonna be the best of the best. Yeah.
We'll be the best of the best in that lobby. Federales, good dodging for that question. That was good. Right, okay, gentlemen, it's time to do the fun bit, the bit that everyone loves. Let's walk to the Crusher. And we've got a little bit of a ways to walk, so while we walk, let's have a quick chat. Federales, I'll continue to chat with you. Dude, earlier on today, while the desk were having a chat, some of the other pro players stopped by, namely Killer Joe from GOAT Team. He said, if they're going to play like this, Vitality may as well just be given the trophy at this point. How does it feel to hear something like that?
it feels good, but I hope we can do it in the finals too. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, you got to do it in the finals, guys. Right, I want you to go around to the back of this Crusher. I want you guys to line up for me. So everyone step up onto the step, please. This is the fun bit. Right, now we got to do a little bit of explaining. Let's set the scene here. 3 teams are being eliminated from the entire of PMWC right here, right now, by you guys, okay? We've got Hustler Crew. We've got TT Project, and we've got ETSH Esports. Look, this is the nature of the competition, but, you know, is there anything that you would like to say to those eliminated teams before we have to send their keys down?
Me?
Yes, you.
Nice try and better luck next time, I think.
Nice try, better luck next time. Okay. Would you like to press the button and open up the iris of the Crusher? 3, 2, 1. Nice and smooth, I like it. Okay, gentlemen, this is how the cookie crumbles. We're gonna pull on this lever and it's gonna crush the remaining keys. Would you like to give it a go? Who would like to do it? In 3, 2, 1, pull it! And there they go. Was that satisfying? Was that good? That was good. Satisfying?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, you gotta stop doing it, man. Come on. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Now we're gonna have to do that obviously again next week. And of course, in the survival stage, plenty of PMWC action to come your way. Congratulations one more time to Team Vitality. What an incredible performance over the last 2 days. But we've got to break down everything we saw today on day 2 of Group B. Let's head back to the studio to do that.
A dominating performance out of Vitality in this past 2 days for Group B. PMWC at EWC 26. This squad was just looking different. You heard it there from Federales as well today. They were just trying different stuff because they didn't really have to try that hard with how they were able to perform in that first day.
No, they weren't. They had nothing to worry about, nothing whatsoever. I mean, even after 6 matches of all these teams really giving it their all and getting all those points and making some upsets on the leaderboard, which we'll get to later, but there was nothing that anybody could do. They were just far and above beyond. So really nice to see them kind of work on a few other things and try and figure out what they want to do for those finals.
Well,
Day 2 was just scrims, really.
Exactly. That's
boils down
exactly
to
what it
that.
was. But something that we do need to note, as we were able to note it in the past, for India, step up, baby, because it's time for you to shine. You have 2 teams now in the grand finals and getting a chance to maybe, honestly, with the way they've been performing, to end up finishing in the top 5. They have Orangutan, they have Godlike, and boy, have these teams have performed well for India.
There were so many haters, so many doubters, and you know what? Doubters, I was one of them just a few days ago, but we were proven wrong. Orangutan, Godlike, stepping up and making bringing it right into your grand finals. What a step up for the entire country here. And you know what? After their dominating performance, getting second place in their respective groups, they can do it again. Who knows? Maybe a podium is on the line for India.
And there we have the teams that are already in the finals, gonna be waiting from group stages for Thrives, OG, Aurora Gaming, Team Flash, Enigma Galaxy, Vitality, IDA Esports, Godlike Esports, Aura Esports, and S2G as well, Ace.
I mean, look, speaking of step-ups, IDA Esports, S2G, I mean, IDA getting 3 chicken dinners.
Ooh.
And I mean, this is absolute insanity. The way that they were able to go from, I think it was literally about like 15th, not 15th, I'm going to say
They were
13th.
pretty low. They were pretty low.
They were incredibly low on the leaderboard going in today. And now to have 3 chicken dinners, incredible stuff, especially moving into the finals. They finally found their footing and 108 points from them. This was so unexpected from this team, especially going from yesterday where they just could not even get themselves any eliminations. And now you see them scouting teams, you see them obliterating teams, you see the way that they were able, especially in a spot, able to take on the likes of S2G and their positioning that they had in one of these zones. Incredible stuff from them.
Absolute Turkish domination today. 3 chicken dinners for IDA, consistent podium finishes from S2G, but we have to say there's one massive upset here on our screens.
Yep.
Arena. What happened after that initial record-breaking rondo? 39 points on a stadium finish, and after that, they just disappeared and fell out of the top 5. It's not like you have to be number 1, top 5, and they still couldn't make it. What happened to this team?
Neptura more than 1/3 of their points in one match, but they ended up crumbling.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad because E-Arena was one of the teams I was really looking forward to seeing, and we just didn't see anything. Yes, we had a massive record-breaking rondo to start off everything, and you're right, they got 1/3 of the points. But where did they go? You said what happened? What did they do after that? The answer is nothing, Max. They did nothing.
Unfortunately, really nothing. Nongshim Red Force, I'm very sad. Day 2 didn't do much. They were very passive, not willing to commit to fight. I think Nongshim Red Force felt the pressure, very indecisive, but here we go. Third page, ETSH, TT Project, Hustler Crew going straight to the airport, straight to Charles de Gaulle. But Dopeness, that third party chasing down Horror after they were fighting onto Alpha 7. That was literally their lifeline at PMWC. They don't go for that big play. Chances are, Dopeness do not make it to the finals. So good to see Japan will make it to that survival stage.
It's pretty dope of them. So
you did not just say that.
pretty dope of them. No, but look, this is going to sound crazy, but TT Project, I really think people deserve it, right? Everyone deserves it. They deserve to be here, but I feel like TT Project was showing up in so many ways across the games, and I feel like they sort of deserve to go to that survival round with the way that they were playing. But I mean, sometimes it just takes, you know, we see from E-Arena, sometimes it just takes this one game to absolutely pop off, get that ball rolling and move their way up on that leaderboard. But I mean, Team Dopeness, if they can bring this same, there we go, energy and that exact same composition, they might have a fun time in survival stage.
Yeah, I was looking at the leaderboard there, especially in the top 5, and something that did end up impressing me that we have to make sure we point out was Godlike's eliminations, because there were a lot more eliminations than what Orangutan was able to get, which was one of my biggest feedback for some of that squads, right? You gotta be able to match the aggressiveness that the lobby is currently giving some of these teams, and with the way that Godlike was able to perform here, being aggressive, getting those eliminations, it puts them in such a great spot when we end up going to the finals. And for India, I'm just happy by the way these teams are performing. The scrims, the international scrims are paying off for these squads, and everything is looking good as we see the qualified teams to survival stage.
Oh, you know what? I am so excited to see both of the Indian teams coming on to the finals, but we're looking at the survival stage here, and that's what we're going to be focusing on until next weekend, right? We're going to be looking at ULF, AGAL, GOAT Team, Furia, E-Arena, Nongshim, Alpha 7. The list goes on, and already I'm seeing some massive players here, Max. That is just going to be insane going in. We're going to have a great 2 days ahead of us.
It is honestly, it's an intense lobby. Every single time, I feel like we end up saying this, Max. This is one of the best lobbies we have seen so far. Going into that survival, that could end up being a grand finals lobby. That's how stacked it is. One surprise that we got a chance to see there from that graphic is Furia and Alpha 7. Alpha 7 was expected because of the way they've been performing, but for Furia, we expected a lot more. Hopefully, they got a chance to see what happened here in Group B, and they can turn it around in survival.
And they need to step up massively. But you know what? Hey, Alpha 7 surviving the group stage. Oh my goodness, what is going on? It happened! They made it to the next stage here at PMWC, even though that Brazil, we need to see a step up, right? So far, none of the teams of that region have qualified for the finals. It will be very weird to not see any Brazilian representation into the finals. So very excited to see how that's going to go down for them. But you know what? Talking about the group of death, is it Group A? Is it Group B? I think it's the survival stage because, oh my goodness, that is stacked as hell.
It will be. It will be. Well, let's see who was the MVP of this group as we got the top 5 players, and no surprise that we have 3 players of Vitality Race coming out on top there with the 30 eliminations. But yes, S-Power, no fear as well, making sure that it wasn't just a full domination from Vitality Lace.
Yeah, look, what a great catch-up, especially from a god like there. I mean, this was their sort of day to shine in that certain section. Yeah, no one's catching Vitality, guys, okay? I told you at the start, you're like, Lace, why do you keep harping on about them? This is why! This is why! Do you see the cohesiveness of this team? You see the damage output that they're able to get, and it's not just from one shining star. It's from over half of the roster.
Yeah, look, it's Ray Ray there. It's my boys, Ray Ray, the Ray Ray duo.
Hey, Ray Ray.
Hey, Ray Ray. Is that sticking? Are we keeping that?
Yes,
I kind of like
absolutely.
it.
I like it. Let us know on social media. Use that hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26.
Hashtag Ray Ray.
And hashtag Ray Ray.
Hey, Ray Ray.
If we end up seeing that, if it actually sticks, that'll be amazing. Before we end it here, what are we looking for? We do, by the way, for everybody currently watching at home, don't forget, we won't be on tomorrow, but we will be on the day after that on Tuesday, which if I'm correct, if my math serves me right, it will be August 11th is when we'll be back with Survival Stage. Anything that you're looking forward to in Survival?
Nongshim to be number 1.
Oh, that's a hell of a
They're
prediction.
going to win Survival Stage. I know they will.
Okay, I take that prediction. And for predictions, don't forget to go to the EWC app because you will be able to put in your predictions as well. Let us know how you guys are doing so far because your predictions list have been pretty spot on. What are you looking for, Survival?
Okay, this is not going to be like a spot-on prediction, but this is going to be a prediction that I really want to see, and it's AGAL make it into the finals because I want to segue into the club championship and what they're able to do. Sorry, Falcons, but I want a different club to win, so I hope AGAL can push their way into the finals and get them some more points to carry on flying over the Falcons.
Okay, Vitality isn't looking bad either. I mean, right now, we even got Killer Joe from GOAT Team saying, just give him the trophy. Hold on, slow down. We still got a lot more games here for PMWC at EWC 26. Max, how about you?
I mean, look, Nongshim, Red Force, Furia, they're kind of the obvious ones. I'm going to say Tiamba. I was very disappointed with how they played back in PMMI, right? The Macau Invitational. I was like, okay, this team, I think top 5 is possible. And today, just no aggression, very indecisive. And I was very surprised, especially with a player such as QZZ on the lineup. I was like, what's happening? This team slowed down to an absolute halt. So Tiamba, I would say, is a team that alongside AGAL that you mentioned here, Lace, I need to see more presence going into that survival stage.
I want to see more presence too. And that could be one team that ends up benefiting of going to survival. Alpha 7 is on that list as well. Teams that have been trying different stuff, but honestly, this was how it was played for group stages. Not no more. Now, when we end up going to survival stage, it is going to be about being in the top 6 if they want to make it to the finals. If you don't end up being in the top 6, your butt is going to go home and you're not going to be able to play for even more prize pool here at PMWC at EWC 26. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been the 7WG joined by Lace, Maxman, and Neptura. Thank you so much for the amazing fun. Hopefully you guys didn't get a concussion from when I hit you with the chicken leg, but we will see you Tuesday, August 11th for the start of Survival Stage.